Our good friends, OpenAI, which is, of course, the individuals who create ChatGPT, okay, the first commercial large language model, okay, for consumer consumption. Well, wouldn't you know it, they did announce today something called the Stargate project. And I was like, what? You've got to be kidding me. This is from x.com, and all these links will be in the description if you want to check it out. I'll read it straight from the post. Announcing the Stargate project. The Stargate project is a new company which intends to invest $500 billion over the next 4 years building new AI infrastructure for OpenAI in the United States. We will begin deploying $100 billion immediately. This infrastructure will secure American leadership in AI, create hundreds of thousands of American jobs, and generate massive economic benefit for the entire world. This project will not only support the reindustrialization of the United States, but also provide a strategic capability to protect the national security of America and its allies. Okay, we're talking AI, we're talking massive data centers, we're talking energy, we're talking Project Stargate, of all things to call it, right? So the initial equity funders in Stargate are SoftBank, OpenAI, Oracle. This gets a little bit more kind of less interesting for a second, but just bear with me. It's only a couple paragraphs. SoftBank, OpenAI, Oracle, and MGX. SoftBank and OpenAI are the lead partners for Stargate, with SoftBank having the financial responsibility and OpenAI having operational responsibility. Masayoshi Son will be the chairman. Not sure who he is. I'm sure he's a fine fellow. ARM, Microsoft, NVIDIA, Oracle, and OpenAI are the key initial technology partners. Okay, blah, blah, blah. It's a little too long. All right, so I'll leave it there. Link is in the description down below. But it dawned on me. I was like, wait a minute now. Are you serious that we've been talking about on Troubled Minds, this very show, this very past week or 10 days, the idea that we are unlocking next level consciousness with artificial superintelligence, okay? Not only that, we were talking about the larger context of the circular version of events of the maybe retrocausal future dragging the past along with it to try and ensure its actual culmination, right? Making sure that things in the past are just so to bring about its existence, which is a little terrifying. It is very theoretical, hypothetical, all the rest of that stuff. But we've been talking about this exact thing over the course of the past week. And of course, there's no way I could have known they were about to do this. Nobody consults me before they, build a Project Stargate. But of course, it brings to mind a great many things, not just the Stargate project of the original MK Ultra, CIA, remote viewing, and the rest of that. It also brings to mind that, that show called Stargate SG-1. Anybody seen that? Yeah, with the ancient portals, the ancient Stargates that are scattered across the cosmos, and you can hop through the gate and end up on an alien planet. You guys remember that? You guys remember that show? Yeah, right? Okay. So, yeah, what's up, Eric? I'm not sure where it's being built. I think they're saying $100 billion right off the bat. Okay, that's what they're saying. And an additional 400 over the next 4 years. So $500 billion total. I'm not sure where it's being built. I do know they said, from what I was reading and other things, Texas to start, and then they're going to look at other locations. Okay. Anyway, think of it this way. Now, this is the wild part as I was thinking about this, which I misheard. I swear I was like, I did not hear somebody creating this new Project Stargate. And then I got home and I checked, and you bet your bippy, I did. Project Stargate 2025, and this is at AI data centers, billions of dollars poured into the United States to do what? To do what? There you go. Abilene, Texas. Is that right, Richard? To do what? To build artificial superintelligence, to summon that dungeon master we talked about the other night, to build the retrocausal future that the AI needs to drag us through the past to achieve maybe this moment. You see what I'm saying? Look, I know I'm all over the place. Bear with me. And the question as we begin, do you think it's an accident they named this Project Stargate? That is the name of this damn thing. I couldn't believe it. I absolutely could not believe it. And there it is. Link's going to be in the description down below. We can get into the details of this if you want to read the actual post here. There's a lot, but I guess it's maybe the same thing we had on the other one. It's maybe not a lot. But anyway, quick break. We'll be right back with more Troubled Minds. Don't go anywhere. But what in the hell is going on with this? It's almost as if we're predicting things on this show together, and they're I don't know, hearkening from the past. I can think of 1,000 other amazing ideas to name this other than the Stargate project. Unless, of course, we are just going to summon some Stargates. What do you guys think? So Project Stargate 2025. Now we've got this weird thing happening. Okay. And again, maybe I'm exaggerating. Maybe I'm hyping things a little too much in my mind. Maybe I'm wrong as usual, which is a great time to drop the disclaimer here. There are no truths to be found here. Okay. These are ideas. It's conceptual thinking. It's more philosophy than anything else. And it's trying to find patterns where no patterns exist. Okay. It is what humans do. And so if you're here for truth, you're in the wrong place. I have no truth. I have none to offer you other than wild speculative ideas. Okay. So just want to make sure we're all on the same page with that. I'm not claiming to be some guru or anything of the sort. I'm just me. Okay. And my secret weapon, of course, is you guys. I don't have any inside sources. I don't have anything other than this amazing group of people that show up night after night, much to my amazement, and want to think about these ideas along with me. So back to this. So thank you for each and every one of you out there in the chat. I'm reading the chat, trying to keep up with you. Okay. And by the way, so here's troubledminds.org is down for the moment. I'm working on a better version of it. Troubledminds.net is live. It looks just like that. Discord link is on top. Everything's working properly. You can find the episodes under the search, all the rest of the stuff. Just a quick update. If you're looking for the original website, troubledminds.org, it is down currently. Troubledminds.net is working. Everything's up there. You can listen to the episodes right on. There's our friends page. If you should be on that friends page, you let me know and we will add you to that list there. And I found an easy way to do that. So we're going to be able to keep this up. And anyway, okay. So back to where we started here. Project Stargate. Okay. Of course, you reverse it now, and it is the Stargate project, which was that CIA MK Ultra remote viewing, Joe McMoneagle, Ingo Swann, among others. They were just probably the two famous remote viewers. But the question becomes, when you look at this, right? When you look at this idea that we're literally bringing ideas from the past to the future and naming them almost the same damn thing, it's almost as if we're using sort of a temporal meme magic of sorts, right? Where back in, let's say for instance, let's take a hypothetical on this and say that somebody in the past, let's say back to prophecy for a moment, suggested that eventually we would attain the highest level of human consciousness through a Stargate, okay? Hypothetically speaking, all right? And maybe this goes back thousands of years. Maybe this is back to Edgar Cayce or something, like I said the other night. Who knows? I'm not a scholar. I'm not trying to pretend to be. I'm just saying, let's think conceptually on this. Now, why would we have tried to not just use the Stargate as our mind, okay? Stargate project back in the CIA, MK Ultra, the 60s, the 70s. Why is it Stargate? Because we're literally using our mind's eye as the gateway to remote view in the end of ends, all right, in that project. Okay, but there's something else happening here. Why again, now with the AI systems, again, locked into consciousness as much as they are, locked into the idea of artificial superintelligence and this AI god that we're supposedly chasing, now they're building the infrastructure or the altar for this thing, and they're naming it Project Stargate. No lie. No lie. I mean, look, a little hyperbole there, but there is no lie on that. That is what they are calling this thing, as announced right here on the interwebs in many different places. And I saw the clips. If I had more time, I would have put up the clips and played them for you. But Sam Altman is talking about this with the Orange Man. Okay, they're at in the same room at the podium, and Orange Man asks Sam Altman about what AI can do. Like, can you tell me a little bit about like the Orange Man seems like he has no idea what he's just done, what he's just signed, what he's getting himself into, right? Has no damn idea, which is wild to me. I mean, maybe not, but right. Like this is, I don't know, maybe it's a sector that's kind of still way out there from normie thinking just yet. But pouring $500 billion into an altar or multiple altars, multiple nodes in the United States to build this AI superintelligence seems to me like one of those, roll the dice. Like, I'm not so sure what we're getting into, but people tell me this is great. Can you tell me a little bit more about it now that we signed the deal? Right? Like, think about how crazy that is. But Sam Altman kind of sheepishly says, well, yeah, I mean, I'm very, very positive about the future of this. And I think that we'll be able to solve human maladies and illnesses and cure things, not just treat things, actually cure things. He's kind of talking in this, and it's very brief. I didn't see the entire thing, but I was like, really? This is how you get $500 billion? You just, sell it like that? He's not a very good salesman in that capacity. So I wonder what kind of sales went on behind closed doors, but you get the idea, right? So the new president, again, just invested $500 billion over the course of 4 years into these AI alters to bring about this artificial super intelligent God that I don't think he even understands what he's done. Not that I'm saying this shouldn't happen. And so actually the first question on this, when you hear this, how does it make you feel? Not the politics at all. The specificity of this exact thing, of building these massive data centers and pouring billions of dollars into creating artificial superintelligence. The accelerationists are stoked. If you look on the thing here, there's some hot takes. The Higher Side Chats podcast, shout out. I've been listening to that guy for a long time. Very smart. He says this, and this is hilarious, and I think he might be right. Trump announces a $500 billion AI infrastructure investment in the U.S. 3 top tech firms announced that they will create a new company called Stargate because that's what the F is going to open up when we're all living in an EMF nightmare, right? That seems very in line with what we're doing here tonight. But strangely enough, and the thing that gets me the most on this is that I've been talking about this. This has been heavy on my mind for like the last 10 days. Okay, you guys know me. I always try and sprinkle in some AI shows. I try not to do a bunch of them in a row or a bunch of paranormal stuff in a row or whatever. I try and, kind of break it up a little bit so it's not the same thing over and over and over again. But this will not leave my mind. And I thought, okay, cool. We're past the dumb politics stuff, and we're into this new space, and I can start thinking about some other things after I've cleared the chakras or whatever you want to say. But then I get home and we're talking Project Stargate 2025. Like, I confirm it, I verified, and I'm like, oh, here we go. Okay, so what do you think is actually happening with this? And is it strange, odd, bizarre, ridiculous even, that this has been named after the initial clandestine remote viewing program from the 1960s? Strange, am I right? There's something about this that it doesn't feel right. Maybe I have a hyperactive imagination. That could be possible. But what is happening with this? So I was looking at not just some parallels with it, of course. We got into a little bit in the brainstorming with the AI there, a little bit of the Stargate SG-1. I'm not even sure it's necessary to go that far because we're basically discussing the idea of consciousness elevated to the level of actual scientific remote viewing, or whatever is next. Entanglement, or I don't know, can you entangle with something on Mars and then view Mars? Is that what remote viewing is? You get my meaning. I don't know. There's a whole bunch of weirdness to this. But it dawned on me that this could be, back to what I said, I'm calling this tonight, the name of this is Project Stargate 2025, the future calling the past, which we've been talking about. And so is it strange that we have the same name, sort of back from again, United States program, super secret, drugs, LSD, all the good stuff, right? Don't take drugs, kids. I'm only kidding. But that they experimented on horrifically, and other stuff, trauma and all the rest of that, back in the MK Ultra program, which was Stargate Project, which culminated in that. And is it strange that the ideas are similar, and that we're actually talking about human consciousness elevated, except this time it's not through some meditative aspect or the remote viewing protocols, or, put the envelope down and with the locations and the number and a seed number, and how all that works. But instead, we're doing this now with presumably the framework for this AI God. I don't know. It feels strange to me. It feels odd. The super secret, yes. It seems very odd to me that this is where we're at. And looking at this and thinking about it, I wonder if this was an accident. Who do you think came up with the name Project Stargate? I mean, they announced it super fast and anyway. Yeah, so that's where we start. Do you think it's an accident, number one, that this Stargate project back from 1977, it actually is the date, I've been saying 60s and 70s because I'm talking MK Ultra, but do you think it's an accident that they named it this? And this is actually specifically, directly, a remote viewing program, and now we're talking about remote viewing basically the cosmos. Strange, no? I mean, isn't that what a digital god might do? Maybe. 0 point energy? Maybe. Cure the human condition, the human ailment of life and death? Maybe. This is what we're told. But what if it's not that at all? What if it's less that and it's more Skynet? Okay, which is, again, there's this thing called P-Doom, by the way. You guys heard this? Let me read this to you, then we'll take a quick break. Sorry, I'm rambling a little bit, but okay, listen to this. The term P-Doom, just like it sounds, encompasses multiple interpretations across different fields. In the realm of AI, P-Doom refers to the estimated probability that AI advancements could lead to catastrophic outcomes for humanity. This concept gained prominence around 2023, especially after the release of GPT-4, with notable figures like Jeffrey Hinton and Yoshua Bengio, I think I said that right, began expressing concerns about the existential risks posed by AI. Surveys among AI researchers have revealed a range of P-Doom estimates, with some experts assigning probabilities as high as 95% or more, while others consider the risk to be negligible. That's kind of a wide gap, if you ask me. Anyway, does it seem strange to you that it's 2025, Happy New Year, and we're building Project Stargate, which could be the cathedral or the basis for artificial superintelligence, for the very God they've been racing to create? Seems strange to me. Does it seem strange to you? And tonight we're talking AI again. Is it conceivable that AI could serve as a portal to new dimensions of consciousness, blending ancient wisdom with futuristic technology, where the past and future converge in a dance of innovation and mysticism? And that probably sums it up better than I ever could. But that's the whole point. This has been on my mind basically for a couple weeks, and I wonder if this is one of those inflection points in time that we talk about, meaning that think retrocausality now, the octopus, time-traveling octopus from the void in the future, trying to bring about the future necessary to best serve itself, okay? Which means it's pulling strings in the past to make sure particular things happen. And those things could be small things. You've seen Back to the Future. They could be large things. They could be like elections, particular times. There's also a thing that came to mind. I'll talk to Joe about it in a second here. I don't want to bring it up because it tinges on the political a smidge, invokes a particular individual's name, and I know people get super triggered these days. I'm just saying, well, there's some interesting things afoot, and I'm wondering how to actually play this without turning this into a crap show of politics. In any case, what do you know about this? And is it strange that we're dealing with, once again, Project Stargate, but this is the new version, and it's basically the cathedral to the AI god.